Jason is back with us now to wrap up the week with another story.
That's right. And Walt chats with editorial cartoonist Marshall Ramsey and draws Marshall out about how he got his start doing what he does. Walt.
Well, you know, writers put pen to paper and create pictures in our minds with their words. Well, Marshall Ramsey, on the other hand, puts pen to paper. Of course, actually, it's a digital pad nowadays. But anyway, he does just the opposite. He creates words in our mind with his pictures. Marshall Ramsey creates not only words, but thoughts and ideas and opinions, mostly his, in our minds with the cartoons he creates. And some of the situations he draws are so obvious they fall right out of the sky, sort of like the 5 inches of rain on Governor Reeves' inauguration parade day. Other days, he just comes to the office with no more than a deadline looming before him and a blank page on his desk.
Yeah, I always joke that there's probably a dent in my desk where I beat my head against the desk every day.
But with the legislative session just getting underway, Marshall Ramsey should have a gold mine of material to draw from.
I always tell people I have a crack team of comedy writers up at the state capitol that give me material.
So how does one come to the decision to be a political cartoonist? Well, it began as a youngster in church for Marshall Ramsey. Not by divine revelation, but by his mom's inspiration as a way to keep him quiet.
You know, she gave me crayons and paper, and that's before they had the kids' church bulletin. A lot of truth to that, believe it or not. But mom was an art teacher, and she discovered early on that I could draw. And I grew up in a family that literally my parents would make us all sit around the dinner table and talk about what was going on in the world. So this was the 70s in Georgia. Jimmy Carter's running. We had Watergate. And I remember turning to the editorial page and seeing these great cartoons of big teeth Jimmy Carter and everything else. And I was like, I want to do that. In fact, I walked up to my dad and said, I want to be an editorial cartoonist. And he looked at me and he said, you're going to be the best one ever. You know, I don't think that I can change the world, but I do want to at least make people think. And people always like, well, I don't agree with the cartoon. That's okay. As long as you're thinking about what you believe, that's okay. I just want to make people think.
Marshall Ramsey, he gets us to draw our own conclusions because he draws his own conclusions for us every day. And he's a nice guy.
Oh, what a treat, huh?
He's a nice guy.
Funny guy. He's the editor-at-large for Mississippi Today. That's Mississippi's online news service, and you can see more of his work. Of course, you can visit our website at WJTV.com.